Folks, welcome back to the channel. Stacking Investments here. Today's video, part 3 of lessons learned setting up over the years at the flea market and how to maximize your setup and strategies to sell the most you can and outdo the other vendors. We've been through number 1, bring plenty of change. Number 2, don't bring just junk or just one item type. Bring a variety of stuff. That does have some exceptions depending on the item type. Maybe you have something that appeals to a lot of people. It's a single item or a single item type and people just want it. So this does vary, but the biggest thing you want to do is have variety. I discussed that in episode 2. This is episode 3. We're looking in. This is an important one, and this has to do with the subconscious and psychology of people in general, and the way they act. When I get done with this list, if you jot these things down as I go through these, if you've never set up the flea market, or maybe you do, if you sit back and you watch and you take notice of the things I have listed here, not all of them, I mean, bring in plenty of, well, even that you'll see vendors don't have, you'll see all of this. You'll see what I'm talking about. You'll understand, you'll understand it. You just have to watch people. You just have to, while you're there, just keep in mind these lessons that I'm teaching you through these videos for maximum sales. And you go there and just, I mean, you can just be a shopper. Just hang out, find a spot, hang out, and just watch how people normally act. Maybe about 30 minutes, you'll spot 9 or 10 of these things within 30 minutes of just casually just watching what's going on, being aware of your surroundings and what's going on with people. I mean, some of it's fun. I mean, I have this stuff listed. It seems weird, but subconsciously and psychologically, this is where all of this comes from. And just watching how people act. And we do really well. I mean, the Saturday where I talked about the difference of the two flea markets and giving them both equal shots. And then this past weekend, I'm averaging $1,000 in sales per day. That's Saturday I'm doing 1,000. Sunday I'm doing 1,000. Not necessarily hitting 1,000 each day, but the average of the 4 days, when I add up my sales for each day and divide it by 4, I'm just under $1,000 a day. I mean, I'm so close. I'm just calling it 1,000 a day in sales. Profit on that. I generally like to, when I'm buying and selling for the flea market, I like to at least to double my money on stuff I purchase. But one item I purchased for $40, and it was towards the end of the day. I brought it back the next day, and within 2 hours, I sold it for $60. So that's only a 50% profit. But I will take a overnight $40 investment and turn it into $60. I will do that. I would do that as many times as I can. I would just do that over and over and over again if I can. Personally, I like to spend $40 and then turn around and sell the item, or sell whatever it is and get $80 back. But, overnight, spending $40 and then the very next day selling it for $60, I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyways, let's get to lesson learned number 3. Set up in a straight line, not in a U shape. You'll have to pardon my crude drawing. I am not an artist. I just drew out a crude layout here. This being the aisleway where customers are walking or people just browsing and out for a Saturday or Sunday walk. The individual spaces here are where vendors, these are your spots. No, they are not to scale. Some may be, but usually the spots are the same size. I just did this. But what I mean, not setting up in a U. There's two variations of that. One is you got your spot and you want to maximize and you want to cram all your spot because you're a cheapskate and you want to cram it all into one spot. So you set your tables up in a line this way and you leave the center open and you set your stuff up this way so that you can have access to your car and you're up in here. The other way is where you get the U pattern, is you set up your tables and then you cut one back this way. You leave a little gap here so you can get to your car and get in. And this will be important. Why you don't leave cut through will be in another video. But then you set up your tables in this U fashion, because here again, you're being a cheapskate and you're trying to maximize the real estate. These are bad. The way you want to set up is in a straight line. You want to be in a straight line. And you're going to say, "Oh, but Doug, you're wasting space here. Look, they got more tables up and they can display more stuff." I'm going to show you how the psychology of that with the way people act works. People generally, and I'm going to do the people in, let's do the people in blue. People are out for a walk and they're going to walk just like this. They may, on occasion, zigzag because something over here caught their eye, so they're going to go this way, and then down the road they may go this way, and then they'll cut back because something over here caught their eye. Well, if you're in these spots when that person cut over, you lost out, because when they get to the end of the aisle, they're not coming back. So that's just the way people work. And then you have the people coming back this way. Same thing. You got people going both ways and they're doing it. You got people coming this way. You got people coming this way. It just depends on how they're doing the aisle. The reason you don't want to do this is because you can see the reason you don't want to do this down here is because people take the shortest path of resistance. Trust me, you can go to a flea market and you can just hang out talking with your buddy or talking with a vendor and just watch people get close to something like this, and you'll see people breeze right by. The reason you want to set up in a straight line is because as they're walking, they're hopefully, whichever way they're walking, they're looking at your stuff. So we're going to make this the green. You're in the green. You have a chance. You have a bigger chance to sell something, because as the people are walking, they're able to see all your items. They don't have to go out of their way. Now, the reason you don't want to do this or this when you have people walking the way they do is because as soon as you get one or two people here and maybe another person here, or even you get a person looking here, or you get a person look and you get another person looking here, guess what happened? You've effectively blocked off all of this. So while these people are looking at these right here, and they may be these people might have caught something at the edge of the table and they're standing over here to get out of the way. Well, they're blocking access to your items back here. That's why this is a no-no. This is a no-no. Don't do that. Do not do that. Do this. do this. You watch. As soon as you get a couple people in here, they've blocked off access to any of this. They've also blocked off, not to mention they've blocked off access, they've blocked off view to any item that might catch the person walking this way, that might catch their eye. Do not do this. Do not do it this way either. And that is today's lesson learned from 40 to 45 plus years of setting up at the flea market. And I will, next lesson come up is has to do with this. Although this is good, I'm going to show you how to make this even better. So stay tuned. I hope you learned something, and I will see you in another video.